Congress Plaza Hotel, right here, baby. Something interesting though, some interesting facts or mythoids. Travel and Leisure named this hotel the most haunted place in Illinois, and its rich history begins all the way back in the 1893 World's Fair. So this is not new. It's got a lot of stuff going on. And let me try and get a better angle here. This luxury hotel was built to help house the large influx of visitors to the city during the fair, and quickly became the focus of rumors. For instance, some say that mobster Al Capone and his cohorts coordinated some efforts from the top floors and even committed some gruesome crimes there. But these claims have come under some scrutiny lately. Who knows? They did a lot of stuff, but maybe not this. Ooh. And if you're looking to stay in the South Tower, you may run into Peg Leg Johnny. That's the spirit of man who was brutally murdered in the back alley of the hotel. Supposedly, he likes to play pranks on people who stay at the hotel. So, check that out. And in the North Tower, and by the way, for reference, I am standing northeast of the building. North Tower has its own urban legends. Hotel employees have reported apparitions of children playing on the 12th floor. They are believed to be spirits of two children who were thrown from the tower by their mother. Tragic story. Definitely worth looking into. It's a lot more than I'll probably go into today, but she sadly jumped right after them as well. And in fact, room 1252 is sealed off and has no doorknob. And just two more little facts, or this toys here. Reportedly, the most haunted space, however, is in room 441. Visitors have often reported seeing the silhouette of a woman, witnessing objects in the room move, and having lights turned on and off at random. Some have even stated that a ghostly woman shakes their bed in the middle of the night. Whoa. But be aware, in order to stay in certain rooms, you have to contact the hotel directly and request them. You can't just happen upon them online. They're not just gonna pop up. And I can confirm, I gave it a shot. I won't lie, I gave it a little shot. All right. This here is Couch Place. This is the alley we were looking for. And this is the site of the infamous Iroquois Theatre fire. And this happened behind the now Nederlander Theater, which is why I want to get a quick pic of that one. And it was the site of the infamous fire in 1903. And it still to this day ranks as the worst theater fire in U.S. history. And so the theater which was newly built at the time, claimed that the building was fireproof, which makes this all the much worse. However, during its inaugural performance, a blaze broke out and many of the fire doors were locked or inoperable, trapping patrons inside. So, when the fire was finally put out, over 600 people were dead. It is tragic. Absolutely tragic. Now, it took over 5 hours to retrieve all the bodies, to give you a perspective there. And the alley behind the theater functioned as a temporary morgue. And today, reports of faint cries, apparitions, and feelings of being touched or even pushed by invisible entities have been reported. And in that same spot, hence the name Death Alley. So, the disaster did, however, usher in a series of fire safety reforms still visible today. So that's, some positives, a couple positives. Take what we could get out of this one. And cast members sometimes talk about encountering ghostly children, hearing laughter, footsteps, and cries. So that's not creepy at all. This is the site of the Eastland disaster. Ooh. If you want to read this whole section, I'll stand here for a second while I'm pulling out my stuff here. Oh. Now the SS Eastland capsize site. Oh, just dropped something. Had to grab it. SS Eastland capsizing site is where Chicago suffered a devastating tragedy. This occurred on July 25th. July 25th, 1915. Oh, July 24th. And when the SS Eastland steamship capsized, it trapped 2,572 passengers on board. It occurred shortly after the Titanic sinking, to give you some context. And when the lack of lifeboats on passenger ships came under scrutiny following the Titanic sinking, a new regulation was passed to ensure there was enough safety vessels on ships in ships just like the SS Eastland. Unfortunately, the addition of these lifeboats in the Eastland specific case caused the already top-heavy ship to roll over between Clark and LaSalle streets. We are currently on LaSalle. And many of the passengers and crew were crushed by heavy furniture and or otherwise trapped inside the ship. 844 passengers and crew members died that day. Very tragic. Sad shit. Various Chicago establishments in the area were used as makeshift morgues to store the recovered bodies. And many of these local spots have since experienced ghostly sightings. So, if you're ever in this area, now you know. There have been reports of apparitions and unusual wave patterns that extend to the stretch of the river between these two roads where the Eastland disaster occurred. I've even heard that sometimes people will be calling the police because they think they see bodies floating in the river. But the police come, there's nothing there, and they look like a crazy person, and the police just expect it at this point. On to the next. On to the next. That's crazy. What the fuck? Oh, please. This place here is called the London House. You can see it there. Now the London House is the site of an old battle from before Chicago even truly existed. I think it wasn't a city yet, technically. Regardless, it's the oldest reported hauntings come from this time. And yep, before it was officially founded. This is during the War of 1812. And this is where Fort Dearborn stood, right here at the intersection of Wacker Drive and Michigan. And the inhabitants were in the process of evacuating the fort when they were attacked. And 148 of the fort inhabitants died. The fort was burned to the ground the next day. Returned to Earth. Now, people report that they see ghostly images of apparitions wandering around in 19th century dress, and they are repeatedly reported around this ghostly site. Ooh. Shall we continue? Continue if you dare. This here is the Chicago House of Blues. Trying to get a good angle here where I'm not in the middle of the street. The Chicago House of Blues. The building that currently hosts the House of Blues was originally part of the Marina City Complex and home to the Marina Cinemas until it closed in 1977. The theater was the site of a blood-curdling crime in 1972 when its manager Gloria Kirkpatrick was stabbed multiple times by an unseen assailant. She sadly passed away on the way to the hospital, and the primary suspect for her murder, Theodore J. Jagiello, spelling, pronunciation, I'm not sure, died before detectives could build a case against him. Tragic, sad. Who knew? I knew, I guess. Everyone knew apparently, but he died. You'll immediately recognize the Marina City Complex when you see it. Foreshadowing. As it's these two massive corncob structures that are iconic buildings along the river skyline. And Kirkpatrick was a resident of the West Tower, so for reference, that's the one right there behind the House of Blues. So it's possible that her spirit resides somewhere in the Marina City Complex where she spent her final days, perhaps even inside her apartment on the 39th floor. Whoa, 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 watch out for that. All right, let's keep it moving then. But this place is a historic water tower. It's a striking Gothic revival building that was designed to shelter a large water pump that was used to draw water from Lake Michigan. Let's see how I can try my best to zoom in on this baby. This iconic limestone building was one of the few to survive the devastating Great Chicago Fire of 1871, but that doesn't mean it was devoid of tragedy. So sad. Very sad. Historians say that as the flames raged, one brave worker stayed behind to tirelessly man the pumps. As the fire inched ever closer, and with no salvation in sight, he made his way to the upper floors Oh, if I can go to the upper floors. He made his way to the upper floors of the tower, where he decided that hanging himself was preferable to burning to death. Honestly, can't really blame my dude for that one, can ya? Historians say that there are multiple, well, I guess, maybe not historians, but people report multiple shadowy figures that have been seen in the tower's top floor windows, or even hanging from the tower's rafters. Pretty spooky, honestly. On a personal note, before I ever moved to Chicago, I had a dream about this tower. Yeah. That's weird, right? That is really weird. When I first saw it, I was creeped the hell out. So, onward and forward. For this next stop, we've already seen it. However, I'm going to step back a bit so that I'm not next to the road. And also, so hopefully I can get a better view of it. Because it is very large. Let me tell you. You have probably heard of the John Hancock Tower. Used to be the site of one of my favorite bars in the city, but they closed it. Sad. Tragic. Now, the John Hancock in Chicago is believed to be the most haunted skyscraper, with strange occurrences happening since it opened. The first notable death was in 1971 when Lorraine Kowalski, who fell from the 90th floor, broke clear through a strong window, surprising many. Her ghost is reportedly seen around the building, and her death remains shrouded in mystery due to the strength of the window. This one is really, honestly crazy to me. The double pane windows are supposed to be able to withstand hundreds of pounds of pressure per square inch, between 200 and 400, depending who you're asking, before they break. Pretty crazy. Several other tragic deaths have occurred in the building, including a radio employee in 1975, a student in the same year, and even actor Chris Farley in 1997. The building was prominently featured in the film Poltergeist 3, adding to its eerie reputation. And though actress Heather O'Rourke did die during post-production of the film, she reportedly died off-site. So, it's definitely a note to make. However, her death, combined with the film's supernatural themes, further cemented the skyscraper's association with tragic and spooky events. There are also reports of unexplained alarms and small fires that have occurred at the skyscraper over the years. These incidents have no clear cause, and paranormal investigators view them as potential signs of supernatural activity within the building. Honestly, I've always had a good time there, but not everyone. On to the next one.
If you know what he's doing.
Hopefully, I don't get turned into a ghost on the way. I'll still finish the video though. Pinky swearsies. This isn't on the list, but I think it looks cool. Classic old lights. Ooh, they got them sprinklers on. I'm not getting any closer, that's for sure. This hallway. Something about it. Something about this hallway. Oh, alright. The wind blew. Ghosts are giving me kisses. I'm getting the hell out. I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of there. I'm not gonna lie, these haunted stories are kind of getting to me a little bit. Well. Now that. Nice. Here we have the Drake Hotel. Hide your kids. Hide your wives. This is another pretty infamous spot. I'm gonna get this angle here. See, the Congress Plaza isn't the only hotel with a ghostly history. Built in 1920, the Drake has long epitomized elegance and opulence, with illustrious visitors such as Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Marilyn Monroe, Queen Elizabeth II, Winston Churchill, and Princess Diana. There are stories of the mourning parents of Bobby Franks, the 15-year-old who was kidnapped and killed by the murderous duo, Leopold and Loeb, in 1924. These parents moved to the hotel after this infamous murder trial, and they never left. They never left. So I should have ended it. We'll fix it in post. I won't. There are also two famous women regarding this hotel. The mysterious woman in black, shot and killed, is Chicago socialite Mrs. Adele Bourne Williams inside her 8th floor suite in 1944, but was never identified or apprehended, despite being seen by the daughter and multiple other hotel guests as she fled. Spooky. There's also the woman in red, who might be the oldest and most famous of the two. At their New Year's Eve gala in 1920, a woman dressed in red who discovered her philandering husband. In a frenzy of jealousy and rage, she takes an elevator to the 10th floor and swiftly jumps to her death. Her ghostly apparition can be seen haunting the Gold Coast room, the Palm Court, and the 10th floor. Spooky. Spook. Get spooked, nerd. I know I did. Let's go on. Holy Name Cathedral. Let's get out there. The 1926 hit that took down Al Capone's rival Jaime Weiss outside of the Holy Name Cathedral left the church with bullet holes alleged to possess supernatural qualities. Probably one of the weirder stories today, but believers say that the holes have always resisted patching, claiming the mortar used would pop out or fail to harden. Some folks have captured photos of unexplained orbs of light surrounding the cornerstone. I like how when I said unexplained orbs, the ghosts of the wind sent their love and delight. It's getting weird out here, folks. Let's keep moving. Here we have TAO, the TAO restaurant, which was once well known as a club. Let's see if I can. Trying to get this out of my hands. Finally. This site, yep, also formerly known as the nightclub Excalibur, was once the headquarters of the Chicago Historical Society. Chicago's Historical Society, housing hundreds of ancient artifacts and relics. Legend has it that several people in the building perished during the Great Chicago Fire, believing the building to be fireproof. That's messed up, man. While the society did move locations after that tragedy, the energy associated with the lingering spirits decided to stick around. Since then, rumors swirl of a woman in a white dress. Was it a bus? Was it actually a bus in a dress? It's white. And supposed sightings of Chicago's first murder victim, whose bones were once held in the building. Oh, and that's it for now, at least. Trying to get this camera to turn around. Huh? You want to be in the video?
What do you do with it?
I'm walking around. I'm just showing off Chicago.
But what do you do with your videos?
I put it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually doing a concert tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Just showing like everything, all the people.
Well, I'm showing what I can.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, I'll be on it.
Go for your
Is it on now?
Yeah. Oh, this is actually my outro.
Bye.
Yeah, this was my last
Perfect
stop.
timing.
Yeah,
Go
that's
for
great.
real.
Hi, I'm Lexi.
I'm Ayana.
I
Make
just
sure you
met him and-
make sure to subscribe. Subscribe. And like the video.
We love the video.
Yes, like
Yeah,
the
with my
video.
video, I hope you see what downtown Chicago is at on a Tuesday at.
How
It
scary.
depends. 10:30 p.m. So
Every time the wind blew, I was like, oh, it's a ghost.
yeah.
No, it is. It
I
is.
had to come up with some corny shit. Goodbye.
Bye.